if I can get myself organized now. It's my usual. Let's see. Okay, I got it. Okay, so well, I'll start off with this one. I'll start off with, yeah. This is called For Peace. We marched down Whittier Boulevard for peace, for those lovely toothy grins, for peace, and those who love to dance, for peace, for those lovely afternoons and trips to see the whales, for peace. Let the 100,000s live, for peace. Shame the dictators, for peace. Let them all resign, for peace. Let the 100,000s live, for peace. Shame the dictators, for peace. Let them all resign. Got any in mind? Got any in mind? Got any in mind? All right. Now then. As I pull my old 80s Buick into the parking lot behind the Silver Dollar Bar just north of Whittier Boulevard, East LA, my rear view mirror reveals an LA sheriff's car pulling right up behind me in the alley. The irony of the situation is challenging and funny, but a little dangerous. In my side mirror, I see a short, fully armed, very competent looking, blonde Latina woman sheriff coming up the side of my car, and I hear her say, "Please step out of the vehicle, sir," her hand resting on her holstered gun. "Okay," I answer, "but first I want to explain to you that as I sit here, I am dressed as a county sheriff. My hat is on the seat next to me, and there's an unloaded rifle lying on the floorboard behind the seat. I'm doing a play at 8 p.m. in that bar, the Silver Dollar Bar, and I'm arriving early to prepare to play my part as a sheriff with that gun in a play called the Silver Dollar Bar." The sheriff's department had already noticed an increase in activity at the Silver Dollar Bar, and there had been some press as to the fact that a good old Chicano theater company, Teatro Urbano, would once again perform their play written by Rene Rodriguez called The Silver Dollar Bar. At this time, they had been doing the play annually since about 1976. Only this time in 1990, it's being done theater verite in the actual Silver Dollar Bar on Whittier Boulevard, where the killing of Ruben Salazar actually took place August 29th, 1970. So 1990 was the 20th year celebration of what has become known as the Chicano Moratorium. The play was performed in the actual bar where the main tragedy of it all occurred. The audience sits all around the room, along the wall, by the pool table, even at the bar. It all feels so real. A few regulars at the bar think that the actions of the theater piece are happening in real time and begin to interact with the very confused and drunken Vietnam vet being portrayed in the play. These patrons become some of the cast, unbeknownst to them, due to their own condition. With sound effects and actors, the piece marched down Whittier Boulevard in 1970, which became a pitched battle that raged all that day, is reenacted as it is reflected in the patrons of this bar. On that day in 1970, Ruben Salazar and his cameraman, Guillermo Restrepo, stopped at the Silver Dollar Bar on Whittier Boulevard for a beer as the rioting and pitched street battles with the nearly all-white LA Sheriff's Department began to wane a bit towards sunset. The Sheriff Department claims that some boys have stolen beer from a liquor store on Whittier Boulevard. This claim is used to justify an attack en masse on a peaceful anti-war demonstration, family picnic, and music event at the park. A pitched battle breaks out in which locals dismantle park benches to use in defending themselves and their families against the attack while trying to get everyone to safety. At the end of this grueling day, long struggle, Ruben Salazar has a chance to phone in a report, either to the LA Times, for which he was a reporter, or to one of the Spanish-speaking radio or television stations with which he was affiliated. He's been calling in reports every chance he gets during the all-day struggle. He was very well known, widely listened to, read, and respected as a newspaper man and television journalist in Los Angeles. His work kept pointing out civil rights violations against Latinos, such as the disproportionate numbers of young Latino men being drafted and killed in Vietnam due to the racist attitudes of the time and the lack of funding for Latin college students, hence few deferments from the draft. He also pointed out the injustices of a nearly all-white sheriff's department. While he sits at the bar having a beer, a sheriff's car pulls up out front. A sheriff officer walks in and shoots a tear gas canister into the bar. The canister hits Ruben Salazar in the back of his head and kills him instantly. The community's grief and anger ensues. The unrest of the day is basically over, and so is the life of Ruben Salazar. The park where it all began that day is now called Ruben Salazar Park. Chicanos and East LA gente annually remember and acknowledge that fatal day that marks the struggle for civil rights for Latin people in Los Angeles. This year is the 55th anniversary of the Chicano moratorium and the death of Ruben Salazar. This will be celebrated with vigor, defiance, and some trepidation, given the current icy days we live in now. During the run of the play in 1990, the sheriff's department would stop in often before the show time and claim to just be making sure we were all right. In 1990, the house was full for every performance, and there were enjoyable after parties, and there was a great ensemble. Teatro Urbano, a mostly family theater company, did the play, the Silver Dollar Bar, every year into the late 90s, and then revived it again in the 2000s, only with the children who once played the Vietnamese soldiers and the young Chicanos, now grown, playing all the adult main characters. Viva Teatro Urbano and the family and friends who may just do the play again. Viva writer and director Rene Rodriguez, presente. Viva actress Rosemary Soto. She played a leading role as the woman running the bar. She's also the mother and grandmother of the Rodriguez family. Viva Ricardo Lopez, the excellent other lead, a drunken vet carrying on in the bar. Viva Teatro Urbano and all the players who have participated in commemorating this important moment in history. Viva. All right. Now, this one is called 20 Years. So let's just take a deep breath because that was pretty heavy. I'm very happy to be here today and to be doing this. I think I did one with Mike the Poet last year maybe, or maybe a year and a half ago. And I always loved Don's work, and it's nice to meet the rest of you. This is called 20 Years. When I was young, I used to think about what it'd be like when I got older. What will it be like in the future? Now I realize that I'm in the future. The future is now. I'm living in the future right now. When I look ahead to the next 20, 30 years, I realize that I most likely ain't going to be here. Whatever I was going to do, I pretty much already did. Oh, I might do a few more things. I might do something really good. Will I live another 20, 30 years? Why, I'd love to. Sometimes people in their 80s make their most significant contributions to humanity. And I'd be mighty proud to be the guy that does that, if I think of something. In the next 20 years, well, basically you're not going to be thinking about what you're going to be doing. You're going to be thinking about what you're not going to be doing, but it's not going to bother you because you're not going to be doing much of anything because you'll probably be dead. If you're alive somewhere else, well, cool. But, prior to being here, I don't know much about it. And whenever I go, wherever you go when you leave here, I'm not sure I'll know much about it then either. Not that I might not be something else, or whatever it was that was me might transform into something else. Maybe everything we're around and everything that exists was once one of us, or at least we know that it all has the same elements. Everything has the same elements, all the objects, all the people, all the animals, all the universe, even the way everything's set up. We all have the same basic minerals. We have the same basic stuff that it takes to exist. Kind of cool. That means that even when we're not here, we're here. In some way, shape, form, or another, we're going to be around. Maybe not consciously, maybe just unconsciously, like a lot of us already are. We'll be bouncing around like an amoeba once again. Who knows? We don't know what's going to happen. And what difference does it make anyway? I know one thing, that in the next 20 years, I'll most likely split. Otherwise, I'll be 104, which I'm all for. But I'd have to be in better shape than I'm in now, I would imagine. I'd have to be in better shape at 104 than I am at 84. Prospects aren't that good. But damn it, life is, love is, people are, nature is, and why we have to screw it up so bad, I don't know. I don't get it. But I did my part in screwing it up and trying not to all at the same time. So I don't know. I guess I could have done a better job. Maybe we all could have, and had we, it would have been lots better. But we didn't, and it didn't, and that's the way it is in 2025. Woo! Is that where we're at? 2025? I used to dream of the 2000s when I was a little boy. I can remember adding it all up. 2000. I could live till, I never even thought about living till 220s, and I didn't even know if I'd realized I'd be 84. Seemed like so far away, so far in the future. And now the future is here. And pretty soon, I won't be. But I want everybody to know I'm having a good time. I do what I can. I try as hard as I can. Sometimes I let things slide as much as I could. I didn't do what I should have done. I've done what I needed to do. Sometimes I've been a big success. I've been a total failure. I've had a lot of fun. I've been a real drag. I ate and drank a lot, but not enough. I eat right and I eat wrong. I've spread a lot of joy and caused a lot of sorrow. I helped a lot of people live. I helped a lot of people die. I saw them go. I saw them arrive. And I'm still alive-ish. And all I want to do is live till I die. And dying is the last thing I want to do. Doodly-doo, doodly-doo, doodly-doodly, doodly, do-do-do. All right. And I'll do as my third piece. This one called Old Guy. I gotta admit it. Let's do ourselves in. I'm talking mass suicide. Let's just kill ourselves by shooting lots of rockets at each other. Allow the nukes to leak. Let's frack and drill till there's no more thrill. Let's just throw it all away and do ourselves in. Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid, we could get Kool-Aid. That might help. The preacher said, I know heaven's my home. I just ain't homesick. The doctor said, Lee, you dodged the bullet. I said, hey, you gotta have heart. Miles and miles of heart. Bum, 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 bum. bum, bum. This little ticker, bum, 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 has been ticking, bum, 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 for 84 years. Bum, 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 without missing a lick. Bum, 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 bumpity bump, bippity blip, flippity flip, flippity flop, bumpity flop. Oh, I don't know what to think. Could this be the end of the blink, 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 the blip, 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 the flip, flip, slip, flop? Still ticking. Someday it won't go, and I will. 'Cause once we were the younger guys, full of vim and vigor. Everything about our lives got bigger and bigger. Even parts don't work well now, worked quite well then. Lots of muscle, lots of tone. Where has all that gone? Old guy. Best not to think of myself as an old guy. Best just to be an old guy like me. When my grandmother was 96, she said, Lee, when you look at me, you see a little old lady. But when I'm looking at you, I'm still looking with the same young eyes I've always had. Grandmother, says I'm going to remember you said that. All right. How we doing time? I think we have time for some discussion, right?